The dark secret of the French tycoon who raped over 100 women. At the top of a sleek glass skyscraper in the heart of Paris, the office of Jacques Moreau overlooked the bustling city below. To the outside world, Moreau was the epitome of success and power, a business icon adored across France. But behind his polished image lay a twisted legacy of fear and abuse. Over 100 women had fallen victim to his predatory reign, their voices silenced by threats, shame, and the weight of his influence. Lumiere Holdings, his company, was not only a symbol of corporate prestige in France, but across Europe. Yet, within its corridors, whispered warnings and hushed stories circulated among female employees. The truth was known, but few dared to speak. Fear of losing their livelihoods, and even more, kept their lips sealed. Until that morning. Police cars swarmed the building's entrance. Reporters jostled for space, cameras flashing. Overnight, a bombshell report had leaked to the media, linking Jacques Moreau to a scandal too horrific to ignore. Yet the full scale of his crimes remained unknown. Employees exchanged anxious glances in the halls. The question on everyone's mind: what happened? Claire Dubois stepped into the elevator, palms damp with sweat, heart pounding. She remembered that night, Sophie's tear-streaked face, the trembling voices of other survivors, the evidence she had risked everything to collect, and her final desperate meeting with investigative journalist Marc Lefevre. Was this the end of their dangerous journey, or the beginning of something worse? Claire, a 28-year-old financial analyst, had joined Lumiere Holdings seeking opportunity. In her early days, she too ignored the rumors. But after Sophie confided in her, everything changed. Every laugh in the office, every hushed conversation seemed to hide pain. Passing Moreau's door sent shivers down her spine. Determined, she started digging. Carefully, she approached other women. Most were too terrified to talk, but some whispered their truths. This was no isolated case of harassment. Moreau's victims numbered over 100. Some had fled the company. Others still worked under his shadow. And a few had vanished into obscurity, their lives shattered. Claire gathered testimonies and proof. But exposing a man as powerful as Moreau was perilous. His reach extended far beyond Lumiere Holdings, to law enforcement, politics, and media. One wrong move could destroy her career, or end her life. She noticed her emails had been compromised. Unmarked cars lingered outside her home at night. Anonymous calls hissed threats into her ear. Desperation led her to Marc Lefevre, a fearless journalist renowned for exposing corruption. When Claire unveiled her findings, Marc was stunned. This was more than a scandal. It was a national reckoning. Their plan was meticulous. Victims were interviewed anonymously. Voices were disguised, identities protected. The final piece, the hardest, was obtaining footage from Moreau's office surveillance system. It was Claire who risked everything. Late one evening, navigating blind spots in the security cameras, she infiltrated Moreau's private files. Her hands trembled as she copied the damning evidence, heart racing in the silent office. Then, the exposé erupted. Lumiere Holdings, the predator empire of Jacques Moreau, blazed across headlines. France was outraged. Moreau was arrested. Trials began. The company's pristine image crumbled into disgrace. Threats against Claire escalated, but her resolve held firm. Sophie and other victims found justice at last. Claire's courage resonated beyond Lumiere Holdings. She became a voice for the silenced. Jacques Moreau, once untouchable, now faced the horror he had inflicted. And Claire Dubois was forever remembered as the woman who brought him down.